Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let me see. Anyone has any questions, anything I'd like to talk about? First of all, a reminder, when you meditate a lot, when you cultivate a lot, especially crossing your legs in full lotus, daily, remember to walk, okay? Make sure you walk 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes. The more you sit, the longer you should be walking to protect your legs, okay? I'm quoting Great Master Xu Yun. He used to meditate all day, and he would regularly walk every day. So that should be a clue for you right there. You need to walk. In fact, in general, we need to do some sort of physical exercise. That's what my teacher, Great Master YongHua, also had at his temple. I think he allowed teachers to come in and teach Tai Chi and various forms of exercises. Okay, it's a good thing. Please maintain your physical, keep moving, keep up with your physical activities. That's good for you, all right? As you get older, I think the trend now is you need to exercise and focus more on your physical strength, or even if you're older, your balance as well, okay? The nice thing about us is that I've noticed a lot of older people that we have, they've been with me for quite a while, and they started losing their balance now, so that's normal. So they need to focus on, flexibility, mobility, and balance exercises, all right? And the good things is that because your meditation, your bones tend to be harder, tend to be stronger. So it's good against osteoporosis, which happens naturally when you get older. The bones become less dense, more porous, and the Chan meditation, especially you keep improving, you will harden your bones, and your bones get harder. As I told you a few weeks ago, I slipped on the Master C's bathtub because I was washing my feet, and I hit very, very fast, and I slipped and hit my head against the tiles very hard. So I was sore, and my tailbones were sore for about 3-4 days. My head was really a huge thing, it has a bong and really no contusion, nothing whatsoever. Okay, I probably got very lucky in that day. All right, so keep in mind that that's the great advantage of older people when they meditate is really good for your bones. Okay, because as you improve, as I said, the bones get stronger. How does that work? It's because the more you meditate, the more you pack your chi in your body. So you notice, for example, your stomach. I used to have a Taoist friend who really meditated all day, and he has a pot belly. So I asked him, is that going to happen to me too? Fat and have a pot belly like you and walking around in boxer short like many Asian men in Asia? Not funny to you. In Vietnam, in my era, I saw people walking, I don't know who Ting remembers, saw men walking around in neighborhood in short shorts, no shirt, and pot belly everywhere. That's an Asian thing. It's a man thing, in Asia. And so So I asked him, is that going to happen to me too? I mean, if the longer I meditate, because I like to meditate like you, meditate every day, I'm going to have a pot belly. He says, what else is your chi is going to build? So yes, so he told me yes. The answer is yes. Your belly will get bigger. And there's he called it a beauty mark under your navel. I call it pregnant man. I never could get out of my mind. I don't know about you, but I grew up in Vietnam. I saw plenty of those men walking around in short shorts and no shirt on top with a pot belly, and he walks everywhere, and they walk out into the streets, and there's a lot of traffic. It's so cool, these images. I never could get out of my mind. Now it came right back. Anyway, so I asked him that, and he said, of course, that's how it is. That's the beauty of meditation. That's the advantage of meditation. And I said, in that case, I don't want to meditate anymore. I'm vain, I don't want to have a pot belly. Are you kidding? Now let me tell you the truth. The Taoist, and he, by the way, he's very advanced Tai Chi master. Yeah, very, very advanced. One of the best down here in Southern California. Anyway, let me tell you, there's no such a thing where you meditate and you have a pot belly. Have no worries, okay, guys? Many of you have been meditating with me for many years. Do you have a pot belly? Some said yes, because you eat too much, not because you meditate, okay? All right, no worry about pot bellies. So how does that work? The more you meditate, for example, you do 1 yin chi or 4 chi and so forth, you meditate all day, you practice all day, so your body is full of chi, right? I mean, you have so much energy right there. You don't get tired, you eat very little, you sleep very little, that's normal. But you don't get a pot belly. Don't worry about it. I mean, the truth is that your chi, as it packs in, okay, it packs into your bones and the bone marrows. That's where it's stored, not the pot belly. The guy ate too much, okay? Anyway, things I had to do. I almost gave up meditation, let me tell you. I did. I was very vain. I said, God, belly is a man thing. That's what makes us different from you, women. Anyway, anyone has any comment about that? No? I can't make you. I can only make you laugh and not make you participate. Okay. All right. How's everyone doing with this Iran war here? What did you learn? What do you think? It's amazing to me that how basic principles are always there, but the world, for some reason, chooses or totally misses the point. What is the point of this Iran war here? Huh? What's the point? Can someone talk to me, please? So lonely here. Huh? What's the point here? Every day, you read the news, you watch the news. What is the word that keeps on coming up? What word? One word. Oh, no one watches the news. I'm so sorry. You're so busy cultivating. Huh? What's the point? XE, you've been busy in the kitchen. What's the point of this Iran war? You know there's a war in Iran right now, XE?
네, 알고 있습니다.
You know, she knows? Yeah? 네, okay. So what's the point? One word. Okay, she's about to say Ayatollah. Okay.
잘 모르겠습니다.
Okay, Korean translation is in trouble now.
We cannot hear Korean translation.
You know, I'm so grateful to all of you because of this Friday night class. I became interested, thanks to you, on learning how to be a comedian. I feel like a comedian. After the sit, I say, anyone has any question? Okay, silence. Anything we need to discuss, you want to discuss? Silence. So I might as well start my monologue. Yeah, so what's the translation?
호르무의 해협 통가 그 유조선의 통가를 이렇게 미국에서 이란에서 거기를 막고 있고 유조선을 막고 있고 미국에서 그 여러 나라 동맹으로 그것을 이제 힘으로 해결하려고 하는 그 문장이 떠오릅니다.
Master, I heard that Iran is blocking the channel, and then U.S. and other nations are trying to let it through by force.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Yes, Jane. What comes to mind? This war here. Karma. Okay. How Buddhist. Anyone else? I know Koreans are always cautious because let's not say anything that will offend anyone. And Chinese, they're still sleepy. Okay. So anyone else? Yes, 3.
Hello, Master. The war, my interpretation now, one thing would be wake-up call, suffering. But I learned a little bit about the war because you talked about it last time. So I asked, and I found out, sadly, the beginning of the war, the reason of it, basically going back to history, was pretty much greed.
Greed. So
Yeah.
one word, greed.
It was greedy. It was started
Explain greed. What's greed?
greedy.
Yeah, explain greedy.
Apparently, it was something like the Jews were being saved, and then they were given a piece of land around, and then now become Iran. But then later on, the Iran people went over to take away a lot of land that belonged to the surrounding country. And now these surrounding country kind of like taking revenge back and trying to attack Iran from that history point. Okay. And I was like, wow, okay.
Okay.
So, what can I say?
So the Jews' fault?
I don't really know what to say.
Okay,
No.
okay. Don't say anything then. Okay, very good. Thank you. Very good, interesting viewpoint. Yes, JC. 안녕하세요.
지금 전쟁의 제일 중요한 것은 인간의 판단으로 하는 게 아니라 인공지능 AI 판단으로 한다는 것이 제일 무섭습니다.
Did she say she just looked up AI? Because I heard AI.
네,
Master, what's really scary about this war is that it's not made by human decision, it's made by AI's decision.
That's what I heard. AI. My Korean is improving. Oh, thank God, thank you. Okay, wow. What do you know? I'm so impressed. Your AI caused this war. So her keyword is AI. Okay. Anyone else? How interesting. AI caused this. Now, why didn't AI prevent it? There are so many different AIs, you know. There's Claude, there is DeepSeek, there is, so many things. What is it? Grok, Elon's AI, who's plotting for insurgency in the U.S. Yes, JC.
안녕하십니까, 마스터.
Hello.
저는 지난번에 미국에 갔다 온 이후에 혈액 검사를 했는데 췌장에 염증이 있다 그래가지고 좀 소화가 안 되고 그래서 좀 건강을 조심하는 중이고요. 두 번째 말씀하신 이 이란 전쟁을 보면서 저는 역사적으로 그 유명한 영웅이라는 분들이 이 국민들을 행복하게 하는 게 아니고 그야말로 영웅심리, 자기 힘을 과신해가지고 국민들을 엄청나게 살상을 하고 있다. 그래서 이 영웅심리 어떤 자만심이 상당히 문제다 이렇게 생각합니다. 네.
Master, I did a blood test after I came back from US, and I found the inflammation in my pancreas. So I'm very cautious with my eating nowadays. And about the war, I heard that Iranian rulers, they don't make their people happy, they're killing their people. So I don't know about this heroic mentality, or they're too proud of themselves or too arrogant, but I think this is the real problem.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. All right. Very good. The lesson that humanity keeps on missing is the killing karma. There's a lot of killing happening right now, and there are many reasons. Okay. But we don't seem to understand. Humanity seems to forget the same lesson over and over again. And we Buddhists learn about, that is, if you kill someone, or you help kill someone, okay, eventually you pay the price by being killed. Or someone else will get help to kill you. It's that simple. Cause and effect. You kill, you help kill, you will be killed. That's why from a precept's perspective, okay, we have a precept that is no killing, or we refrain from killing beings, okay? Smallest beings, insects, animals, people, gods, and so forth, okay? And these, the heavier the killing offense, the heavier the retribution. And yes, we can explain it in terms of greed, in terms of whatever things, but fundamentally, all you see is killing. When a war happens, it's an act of killing. You just kill people. And you look at the various cultures in the history of mankind, there's so many wars, and the killing there, any kind of killing carries a retribution for being killed. And we seem to miss that point entirely. Okay? And so I'm just amazed on how short-sighted people really are. The so-called leaders of the world, so-called the geniuses, the smart people of the world, who never could explain to us this very simple rule. Okay, don't blame the war or anything else. Don't blame the various reasons. All those are excuses, but the main driving force is the killing karma. When are we going to wake up? And it turns out it will never stop. And this is because this killing karma here, we've been killing each other for so long now that when we come to this Saha world here, we undergo our retribution. Either directly by being killed, by being harmed ourselves, or indirectly by having the people we care for being killed, being harmed. And it hurts. You know? Yes. 3.
Hello, Master. Regarding killing karma, I have a related question which is more close home to us. Like in Taoism, or generally speaking, other than the real Orthodox Chinese Buddhist people who are observing vegetarian, there's this general concept of eating meat is okay. And I recently learned from Taoist teaching, which has a very long history. And then the teaching was, it's okay to eat live animal, to eat animal. Like you go to the store, you buy those live animal, you point it, it's okay, as long as you don't waste food. So it seems like these Taoist people and a lot of the worldly people like that, they die, they probably, a lot of them could go to heaven because they do enough like good things, they morally basically okay, other than the committing of the killing karma. How does that work? Do we, all of us, have to pay eventually? What about those of us who get to go to heaven? Like, you probably could be eating meat and still go to heaven, I would think.
Okay.
I don't...
So you want to go to heaven? Is that the point?
No, I just don't quite get how did the Taoists survive for so long, and they have so many like good healing teachers helping, yet they have this killing karma is pretty much okay. And the whole world is pretty much okay with it, other than maybe the vegan people and the real Chinese Buddhist people that are observing the killing, the vegetarian or the killing precept. I don't quite get it, Master.
I'm confused too about it because I cannot see the direct connection. Am I killing someone? Am I getting killed? You understand the point? When you cannot see the direct connection, when I kill you, okay, we don't, the scientists in particular, people in the world in particular, don't think there's any consequences because they get away with it. They don't realize that sometimes the retribution doesn't manifest yet because of various reasons. Okay, but it doesn't mean it's not coming. You all get what we deserve. This is Buddhist principles. Okay, if you become more advanced, you can actually, people like the Buddhas and Mahasattva like Master Xinhua, they can tell you directly which event, they can connect the event, a certain specific event to bad things happening to you. Okay, so that's the Buddhist wisdom. So let me give you a piece of advice. Do not be confused about labels. When you talk about Taoists, we're not going to badmouth Taoism. Taoism has its strength, it has its weaknesses, just like Buddhism. In general, everything is both ways. We have our strength and our weaknesses. Okay, so the main thing for you personally is be careful. Don't be caught up in the labels. If you have a friend who says, I'm Taoist, I tell you this, you have to be careful. You have to say, are you an authority in Taoism? Or have you accomplished anything in Taoism for me to believe what you just said? Just because your friend says so doesn't mean you should believe him. And this is a problem, but especially for you. Be careful. Don't be caught up by labels. Don't be caught up. You need references. You need people that are credible. You don't just say, my Taoist friend says so. First thing that comes to mind is, who is your Taoist friend? Is he an authority? Is he a priest? Of course he's not. If he's a priest, he will not be spending time with you. He will not want to befriend you. Okay, so right there, right off the bat, you're quoting someone to me who is not credible. Okay, so don't take it literally. Whatever they say. Whatever your friend says is what a friend says. But you don't need to believe it. Be careful, okay? Who are you? You have credibility. What are your credentials? What is your track record? This is America, my friend. Ultimately, in America, track record matters. In particular, in Buddhism in general, let me tell you, in a monk's life, in a Vietnamese system, for example, Vietnamese Buddhism, you are a nobody as a monk until you have 40 years of Dharma age. That's the traditional wisdom. You've proven yourself after 40 years of your life. Until then, you struggle and you struggle and struggle, and you're supposed to give up. You're supposed to compromise yourself to survive. You know that? This is a sad thing about this day and age where monks and nuns, they don't realize that it's very tough, okay? I'm quoting a system I know, where I became a fully ordained monk through a Vietnamese master. And that system, we need 40 years. I don't know about the case in China or in Korea or whatever, okay? In the Hinayana countries, you need 20 years to become a Mahathera, okay? Thera Maha, whatever, okay? But in Vietnam, 40 years. You live in poverty, you live in hardship for 40 years. Are you going to give up? Is a message. And after 40 years, then the faithful will come and support you. Because you didn't give up. That's how tough it is. Until then, you have no money, you cannot, you have to do things to survive. And this is when you compromise yourself. Okay? What is the track record? What have you done? Be careful. Don't just believe these labels. Oh, he's Buddhist, he's Taoist, he's Jewish, and so forth. Who cares? What are your credentials? Okay? Don't quote people that I don't know about. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Why should I argue with someone who is just pick up a book and read about Taoism or Buddhism or went for a degree at university about religion or Buddhism, whatever? I tell you, they don't understand Buddhism the way we do. Same thing at Taoism. You need to practice. You don't just read. The strength of Taoism is practice. Okay? All right. So it's amazing to me that the killing karma is just something that ordinary people totally miss. They think they can get away with killing others. Okay? And I don't mean to criticize anyone in particular, but the thing, for example, about that system right there, in order to propagate their ideals, it's okay to kill others. And that's why eventually it comes back to you. That's a lesson right there. It doesn't matter who you are. You cannot kill. You don't want to kill. Okay? It's not worth it, folks. You kill and you get your way temporarily, and you build your empire eventually, it comes back. Because the killing and destruction you wreak upon others, it comes right back to you. Be careful. It's never any justification. It's never okay to kill and destroy at all. Never. Doesn't matter how wrong they are. Okay? Including us. If we go and kill someone, that's wrong too. Well, hopefully it's because we were killed in the past, so maybe it settles. I don't know. But just in case, in case that we don't know, let's not do it ourselves, okay? That's why I ask of you, be careful. It's not worth it. You don't have enough wisdom to be able to say, I'm killing him because in the past he killed me, so it's okay for me to kill him. And guess what? It's not always okay. Okay? Maybe you get away with killing him, but then his son says, I want to kill you because you killed my daddy. And now you're creating new karmas. You fix his karma here between the two of you, but then you inflict pain and suffering and destruction on his son, his family, his daughter. See that? It's a mess. So it's best to avoid any and all killing karmas. And if you cultivate, you really should believe that it's best to avoid harming anyone. Because it's so clear for you to see the killing karma, but harming is a form of killing. Stop. It doesn't matter how wrong they are. You cannot harm. You cannot kill. Period. Okay? But that's life. And this is the way the world is missed that point completely. Okay? All right. Since the chanting, let's discuss an anecdote. I have 20 minutes left. Let's choose a short one. I am looking at the index here. Divination is too complicated. I can't explain it in 20. Maybe I can. It's about I Ching, spiritual penetration. Yeah, that's shorter. Which one is a Chan bet? I like that one. But I'm not going to give it to you because today you're not responsive. Okay? You got to do something to motivate me. Okay? So why don't we do spiritual penetration? Let's load it up, please. Spiritual penetration. Okay. 灵通. How interesting. Why is it called spiritual penetration? I said 神通, but why is it called 灵通? Ling's efficacious all the way. Okay? All right. The master asked the monk, what is your name? The monk replied, 灵通. Master said, then please enter this lantern. He replied, I entered it long ago. Okay, Chinese people, does 灵通 really mean spiritual penetration? I'm curious. So if you ask me, Tong is penetration, Ling is spiritually? No? Yes, Jane?
Spiritual penetration is it's the Chinese equivalent 神通. 灵通is different.
Okay. How different is it?
I don't know how to...
Clearly, it's a different character, but how different is it? Okay, it's a good thing we're gabbing because maybe other people are using AI, like in Korea. They figure AI caused a war. Maybe AI could explain this difference between Ling and Tong. I mean, Ling and Shen. Yes, ma'am, 3.
Master, I have heard of the most recent term is Tongling, and Tongling means somebody who is able to connect with the ghost. So that's the other meaning of Ling, like the.
But it's a different order.
But the Ling is still a Ling.
Oh, so you're telling me that maybe you should look at it in a mirror reflection? Okay.
I don't know.
Very good.
Thank you.
Anyone else has any ideas? Is this the Strait of Hormuz manifestation now? It's not my war. It's not my lecture. You're telling yourself? Never mind. What's Ling Tong? What's the difference between Ling and Shen? Yes, Jane.
One meaning of 灵通 used as an adjective means if this person has lots of information and very 消息灵通, say this person's well connected, so you got the information, all kinds of gossip, you know that all the time. That's used as an adjective, not as a noun.
Okay. So what are the various meanings of Ling? And is there in your language, 灵通 has a special meaning or not? You go ahead, Jun.
Hello, Master. I think the difference between 神通 and the 灵通, actually it's more like a 通灵. 神 is spiritual, 神通 is spiritual power, meaning that spiritual penetration using the spiritual power. To me, 灵通 the 通 or 通灵, the 灵 here is more like spirit, like ghost. So 通灵 is like people who can communicate with ghosts and spirits. Versus 神通 is they have spiritual power.
But ghosts and Shen are very similar, aren't they? I mean, to us, ordinary people, ghosts and spirits are basically the same.
Right, but the 神通, the word, the word 神通 has more of a 神力, the power, spiritual power. Like you can travel 1,000 miles a day. You can hearing things happening far away, see things happen far away. That's the 神通.
Is that from a Buddhist perspective in China, or is it in general? It doesn't need
different from 灵. 通 means this guy has special powers, special abilities. Versus 通灵 is like people who maybe have a fox spirit on them, so they can talk with ghosts. That's more like I think the cultural context.
Okay. All right. Yes, go ahead.
I checked the dictionary and it says having quick access to information, well-informed, useful, effective, nimble, agile, fast and abundant, clever, effective.
So Ling here means agile, means fast, means response time. Okay, is that it? Anyone else? Yes, in the back. It's kind of dark back there. I cannot see. It's okay.
Master, I remember sometimes you explain in the sutra, you use the word linh thiêng, linh ứng. Linh thiêng is something that is holy.
So, a response from the heaven, maybe?
Dạ thưa thầy, linh thông trong Phật giáo.
It's more like you're talking about when you're talking about the spiritual side, spiritual path.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Yes, 5.
I checked ChatGPT. It says refers more to spiritual sensitivity or psychic responsiveness, often associated with feeling energies, intuition, medium-like abilities, sensing spirits, subtle realms. It can arise naturally in some people even without deep cultivation. It is usually considered unstable, emotional, and not necessarily rooted in wisdom.
Okay, that helps. Anyone else? Okay, so his name, so what it means. Yes, 5.
Gemini says that 灵通 relies on networks and channels, while 神通 refers more like the spiritual and the magic powers.
Ling relies on channels, networks.
It's from the wordly, the people whose information is very 灵通, 消息灵通. He has many channels and many ways to get
I didn't know about that.
That is 灵通. But if that man is 神通, has 神通, that means that he has the spiritual power or there's something
from the spirits.
Here.
Well, Ling is from the channels. I totally didn't know that. So it's in Indian origin, Ling Tong. Indians have used channels. Anyway, for education, for works, so forth. Okay, Very good. So his name is Ling Tong. So probably Indian descendant. Okay. Anyway, so his name. I asked his name. What is your name? I guess here name here is Ming. So it's not. Is it Dharma name, right? Typically it means Dharma name. Ming here in Chinese mean Dharma name, not a regular name. Okay. So what is your Dharma name? And the reply is Ling Tong. Okay. So his teacher chose to call him Ling Tong. Okay. And meaning, so this monk here is not a disciple of Master Yangshan. So he's there. So the first lesson. A lot of people became ordained, became monks, and came to study with Master Yangshan. All right? So right there, folks, Wei Yang, our ancestors nurtured and taught a lot of other monks and nuns as well. All right? So it's not like a clan, real clan, but the training in Wei Yang is open to everyone who is qualified to be trained. By the way, don't walk in there and expect, just like you go to university, I pay for my tuition and fees, therefore you must teach me. I'm entitled to get a diploma, a class, and so forth. Okay? No, it's a very special arrangement, but regardless, you be taught. Okay? In more ways than you can ever imagine. So let me assure you, in a Wei Yang lineage, we don't discriminate at all. We don't say, you're not my disciple, therefore I'm not going to ignore you at all. Okay? So don't feel obligated to become Buddhist or become a disciple at all. All right? So he says, so the name is Ling Tong. So basically here, in today's terminology, Ling Tong here is a monk who came in, Yichi in Chinese, where you go there and you rely on the master and to meditate. Chu here is not stopping. Chu here is actually meditation. Okay, you ask me. Yichi. Yi is depend. Chu is stop. Stop. Depend and stop. So depend on meditation. I never could understand Yichu until today, by the way. Okay. I make up things as I go along. When I'm stuck, that's when I'm creative. Okay. I really, for 20 years, I could not understand why is it the Chinese call the traveling monks as Yichu. They come in and said, I'm not your disciple, I'm here to eat you. Okay? And that's what it means. E is I need to depend on you, meaning I cannot cultivate without depending on something. Okay? And depending on you. Chu is for meditation, because meditation in our Buddhist world is a core part of training. Whether it's Pureland, whether it's Tantras, it's all true. Regardless. Is that clear? Okay? It's my interpretation, okay? No one ever taught me. But as you Chinese people fail to explain things to me, I make up explanations. All right. So here, this monk here was from a different temple, from different master. He came there to study with Master Yangshan. Okay? And so because it says, my name is Ling Tong, which supposedly is meaning he has some sort of spiritual penetration based on Master Yangshan's response here. So he says, then please enter this lantern, Teng Lung. Okay, so a light is like, that's why it's funny. I looked up and I saw the dragon lantern here. You cannot see it, right? We cannot go up to the ceiling at all. Can we show off a little? Yeah, thank you. See that, guys? And this is what I called luxury. Okay. And this is as adorned as we're going to be. Some kind soul during the New Year's relic exhibit came in and offered this dragon. And we had to install it and scratch my floor. It's a very expensive dragon, you ask me. Okay, but anyway, it's always plus and minuses in everything. Okay, I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm very grateful for the kind gesture. Okay, so Ling Tong, so this is a dragon here. And so you enter this dragon lantern. Something like that, okay? This lantern, okay, not a dragon, okay? And so the monk immediately replied, I entered it Zhao. I entered earlier or long ago. Zhao here is actually, I entered it already. No, not just long ago, but earlier or already. Okay? So what's the point? To me, when I find it fascinating that how Master Yang Shan, his reaction time is like instantaneous. So he looked at this guy and said, what's your name? He showed interest, right? Express interest. Always a good thing to do, folks. Okay? Express interest. Okay? And that's how you win friends and influence others. Show interest. So what's your name? They say, I'm Ling Tong. Oh, so then enter this lantern. Okay. And he says, I entered already. Okay. I entered earlier. Okay. Yeah. So what's the point? I have no idea too. This is why I told you it's going to be a short one. You Chinese speaking people expect too much from me. Okay, let me give you a clue. Are you interested? Usually, there's something missing. Have you noticed that in the early anecdotes, the master, either Master Wei Shan, Master Yang Shan would say, Master Yang Shan stopped. Master Wei Shan stopped. Am I making sense to you? You remember now? When Master Wei Shan taught Master Yang Shan, he asked him a certain thing, asked him a question, talked back and forth, and then Yang Shan lasted about 2 or 3 questions, 3 or 4 questions, and then it says, anecdote says, then Master Wei Shan stopped. Okay, let me tell you, that's part of the teaching. Hey, hello, meow meow. God. Okay, I never meditated with a dog or a cat before. Anyway, it's a fat cat. Look at that. Oh my God. 3 colors? 3 colors or 4 colors? Okay. In Vietnam, we like 3-colored cats. Mèo tam thể. Okay. It says in Vietnamese, 3-body cat. Actually, 3-colored cat. Okay. White, black, and yellow. Then it's a special cat. It's a superior cat, like a royal cat for Vietnam. Okay. I know about Shanghai cats. Anyway, so the point here is that, you see, in this anecdote here, this is my clues. These are my clues I learned throughout the last 3 or 4 years of explaining anecdotes. Finally understood why this anecdote here, the master didn't stop. He said, shu, zhu, okay? Or the master stopped, or Stop meaning, the stopping means he's satisfied that he passed the test. What happened between teacher and pupil? The teacher trying to teach pupil something. He saw something, he tried to teach a pupil. Okay? And when he says that, when he realized the pupil gets it, he stopped. Is it clear to you? It's very active. It's not casual at all. Maybe it's a casual conversation. Maybe it looks like a challenge. Okay? Maybe there is a tussle. But when it ends, when the teacher stopped, it means that you passed the test. Here is no stopping. Meaning what? Master Yang Shan says, you BSing me. It stops here. I'm not talking to you. This is a very important point, folks. The teacher like Master Yang Shan, these Wei Yang patriarchs, they never waste time. They do everything on purpose. Okay? So he saw something in this Ling Tung guy here, and he knew, and one day he decided to teach Ling Tung by starting as, what is your name? Okay? And he said, my name is spiritual. It's about spiritual thing. So he said, do something spiritual for me. And this guy says, and it doesn't matter whether you understand Chinese or not. Okay, so he said, I did it already. And the master looked at him and said nothing. Didn't stop either. Okay? Meaning that you BSing me. And that's the lesson for us. Okay? The guy, of course, this Ling Tung guy here misses it completely. He says, oh, I got the last word. As the Americans here and out here would say, I have the last word with Master. When I talk to Master, I have the last word. Okay? But actually, here, it's an act of disapproval. The Master didn't say anything because the guy is BSing. Okay? What do you think? Master Yang Shan is multi-talented. He has a lot of things he's capable of doing. The last thing you want to do is to BS with him. He looks at you, he asks you something, enter this lamp. He knows you can't do it. Because he says, prove to me that you for real. That's what he's seeing. That's what the test is. Are you for real? And Ling Tung says, I did it already. So the guy's BSing. When you meditate, when you cultivate, the last thing you want to do is to BS. Because if you BS, what happens? The Master gives up on you. That's a lesson for all of you. Don't BS. Okay? This is what happens in our Wei Yang lineage. If you BS to the Master has a choice. He can choose to say nothing, and the worst thing could happen to you is he will not teach you. His teaching is stop BSing. This is the path of learning to be true to yourself. You lie, you cheat, you steal, you only gain things temporarily, but you are hurting your Buddha nature. You're hurting yourself, ultimately. That's all you're doing. Okay? Same message as the killing karma. You kill, you will be killed. No two ways about it. Okay? You have to be true, especially you go into a place like this Wei Yang with Master Wei Shan, Master Yang Shan, the last thing you want to do is to BS when he's trying to teach you. So the lesson here, folks, for all of us is do not try to BS the master. He's trying to tell you something. You BS, he says, it's a waste of my time. Because every time I try to point out your problem to you, you BS to me. Okay? Okay, we stop here today. Thank you, everyone.